Hi, I'm Desmond Bishop, and in my book there are many adventures into the wilderness. This was a time when I wanted to experience the real Africa. I often descended the escarpment into the Rift Valley and visited the Zambezi River. It was like going back millions of years, sometimes on my own, sometimes with my 2 young sons, or with colleagues. On my own, I slept on the banks of the Zambezi under my mosquito net. Not another human soul around, just impala, crocodiles, elephants, lions, hyenas, and buffalo. Yes, there were moments of fear, but after sunrise, that fear was forgotten. It was in 1976 that I took up a position as TV producer with the South African Broadcasting Corporation in Johannesburg. This was during the apartheid regime, and from my office on the 14th floor, I could see that smoke rising over Soweto. A fascinating time, but after a year, I decided to jump ship. It was back across Gondwanaland to that safe haven of Canberra, Australia. There I had several fulfilling years experimenting with the medium of television in the area of children's programs. In a later expedition, I wanted to see the changes in my old stamping ground of Rhodesia. Only now, the black liberationists under Robert Mugabe had taken over. Zimbabwe was named after this historic site, the House of Stone, built at the time of King Monomotapa. These were mainly 4.5 idyllic years for me and my family. The multiracial experience from our point of view seemed to be going pretty well. Here are my 2 sons doing some clowning in a shopping mall in Harare. Working for Zimbabwe TV, my favorite production was Mbuya Nyahanda, performed by the National Dance Company of Zimbabwe.
Mambo madziteteguru enyu nasina munzira shoko rinoti muno munyika muchauya vasina mabvi vakatsukuruka kunge wiza.
I was asked to produce this for the anniversary of independence in April 1984. This was a fascinating experience. Zimbabwe, at the time of the colonial takeover. During this occupation, the African identity was put on hold, and perhaps they are still trying to reclaim that identity. Mbuya Nyahanda, the high priestess, was hanged by the British in 1898.
Varikumatenga we tichitaedza norondo erakasiyara chimwana chaminuka kumhuri rokuti kuchauya vachena ava vachatipa kudzidzikana mukati menyika yedu ino.
However, towards the end of 1986, I thought I saw some writing on the wall, and I found myself back in Canberra. My family didn't really want to join me, but they did come 4 months later. And my early life, I spent in South Africa, Northern Rhodesia, and Southern Rhodesia, all very different kinds of experiences. Quite early on, I got bitten by this creative bug. All I wanted to do was be a magician, a ventriloquist, an actor, a director, and a teacher. I did become all of these things. Sometimes I found I had to do things I was forbidden to do. And yes, at times there was danger. Saying goodbye to Africa has not been easy.